The vice principal wanted those kids expelled. I wanted to know why he was so sure they did it. Expelled, all three of them. End of discussion. Vice Principal Radek wasn't asking. He was telling. 3 seniors sat in his office looking like their lives were over. Maybe they were. Full rides to good schools. Gone if this stuck. Someone filled the pool with Jell-O over the weekend. Radek was convinced these 3 did it. We have footage, he said. The footage showed 3 hoodies near the pool door. No faces, no proof. We were at the game Friday night, one of them said. We have ticket stubs. Anyone can buy a ticket stub online. He dismissed every piece of evidence that didn't fit his narrative. Accepted anything that did. But I've never seen an administrator this desperate to punish someone. That's when I decided to look into it myself. First thing I did was watch the footage again. 3 hoodies. Red, black, gray. The gray one had something on the back, some kind of logo. I had a student clean up the image. Wrestling team mascot. I checked the roster. None of the 3 accused kids were on it. Brought this to Radek, so they borrowed a jacket. Next, I pulled the attendance records from the basketball game. All 3 scanned their tickets at 7:15 p.m. Pool footage was time-stamped 7:20. Game was 40 minutes away. Doesn't mean anything, Radek said. Timestamps can be wrong. Everything I found, he dismissed. Everything that fit his story, he clung to. So I stopped bringing evidence to him. Started building my own case. The wrestling team roster had one familiar name. Cooper Radek, VP's kid. I pulled Cooper's file. History of pranks. History of getting off easy. Then I checked the maintenance logs. Pool access had been requested the Friday before the prank. The request came from a staff account. I traced it back. Radek's login, his computer, his timestamp. I was still staring at the screen when I heard my classroom door open. Radek walked in, closed the door behind him. I think you and I need to have a conversation. You need to stop digging, he said. Why? Getting close to something? I'm trying to protect you. From what? From making enemies you can't afford. I turned my laptop toward him. The maintenance log, his name, his login, his request for pool access the Friday before the prank. Explain this. He stared at the screen, didn't say anything. Your son's on the wrestling team. One of the kids in the footage was wearing a wrestling jacket. The 3 students you're trying to expel were at a game 40 minutes away when that footage was taken. He sat down slowly, like all the air had gone out of him. Cooper made a mistake. So you framed 3 innocent kids to cover for him? It's not that simple. There were other kids involved. Kids from families that matter. If Cooper gets named, those families will make sure he takes the fall for everything. I was trying to protect my son. By destroying 3 others, they would have been fine. A suspension. Maybe they lose a scholarship or 2, but they'd recover. That's not your decision. He looked at me. What are you going to do? I held up my phone. I've been recording since you walked in. Principal already has a copy. So do the 3 families. So does the superintendent. His face went gray. You have no idea what you've done. I saved 3 kids. That's what I've done. He stood up slowly, walked to the door, stopped with his hand on the handle. This isn't over. Yeah, it is. Radek was gone by Friday. Cooper got suspended. The rich kids' families tried to keep their names out of it, but the recording had already spread. All 3 accused students kept their scholarships. One of them emailed me a month later, said he'd just committed to Duke, said he almost lost everything because one man decided his son mattered more than the truth. Then he wrote something I'll never forget. You're the reason I still believe in teachers.